On the Paper Talk today, we'll be looking at more dissension in the ranks in the dressing room at Old Trafford, as if we've not had enough. We'll also be looking at a Marcus Rashford transfer rumour and what is going on with Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's check it out. Jay here from Stretford Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, I'm outside at Old Trafford where it might be sunny, but it's freezing and Joe's knocking me sick because he's not got a big coat on. What is wrong with him? Anyway, let's get straight into it. There's loads of United stories to get through. And as you'd expect, or as you've come to expect here at United, there's more turmoil in the Manchester United dressing room. Latest rumours, stories, reports, however you want to turn them, doing the rounds are that there's a bit of a divide in the changing rooms with certain players unhappy with their lot in life under Ralf Rangnick. Now, this was a story I think that came from the Manchester Evening News and has now been doing the rounds from other papers as well. The likes of Eric Bailly, Marcus Rashford we know about, we spoke about that yesterday. Also Diogo Dalot, a little bit unhappy with the amount of game time they've got. Dalot was apparently unhappy with the fact that he'd been playing 8 games or whatever it was in a row under Ralf Rangnick, then found himself dropped. Eric Bailly reportedly questioning Harry Maguire's role in the team. It just seems like it's a bit of a mess, and it's sort of one of those where you look at it and you go, okay, is this just paper talk or is there some truth to it? Is this just players being naturally unhappy because they're not starting, which can happen in any football club, or is there something more sinister today? There's also a story doing the rounds that the players have been slightly mocking Ralf Rangnick and his CV, saying that his CV isn't good enough for Manchester United. I think he's won one German Cup in his entire career, and that they're saying that some of the players are saying that that's not good enough. That you know, a Manchester United manager, I should say, needs to do better. So we'll have to see what happens with that. We've heard these stories, these rumours for weeks, if not months, ever since Ralf Rangnick arrived, to be honest with you. Before that, there was reports that the players were unhappy and that there was a bit of a certain cliques forming with Ronaldo and with some of the English players as well. So we'll keep you posted if there are any developments on that. On the Ronaldo front as well, there was a story, I think it came from the Sun, so don't buy the Sun and you probably don't believe it, that there's still no clarity on whether what's happening with Cristiano Ronaldo, whether he went over to Portugal because of an injury, what was going on there, where he is, what the latest is. So it's a bit of a non-story really, but that was one of the reports doing the rounds this morning. So on the Marcus Rashford front, there's a story coming out of the Daily Mail, and I think Romano's tweeted it as well, and this has come from Chris Wheeler and Sammy Motbell, who've been doing quite a lot of Manchester United stories recently, and they've revealed that PSG want Marcus Rashford to replace Kylian Mbappe this summer with the Manchester United forward, pondering his future. Now, PSG have been long-term suitors of Marcus Rashford. I remember having this story probably over a year ago that Thomas Tuchel, who was then the manager, liked Marcus Rashford. It now seems PSG like him as well. But there is a slight twist to this because Mauricio Pochettino is reportedly a fan of Marcus Rashford. Now, if Mauricio Pochettino ends up managing here, you'd think he'd want to keep Marcus Rashford here. But it seems PSG, the club themselves, are looking at Marcus Rashford as a potential successor to Mbappe. We'll have to see what happens with that one. Personally, I'd like to see Marcus Rashford stay. I know his form hasn't been great, but I do like him. I do think he's a good player, and I do think he's got a bright future ahead of him. But we'll wait and see because PSG could offer him a lot of money. We know he's a little bit disgruntled, shall we say, with his lot in life here at Manchester United. So who knows what can happen, but as always, we'll keep you posted on that one. There's also a couple of results that are United related. Everton got absolutely hammered 5-0 by Spurs last night. Donny van der Beek played in that game. He was hooked off on the hour mark. Didn't have a good game from what I saw. Well, if you're getting hooked off after an hour, you're usually not doing something right, are you? He's had a bit of a patchy start, shall we say, to his Everton career. I think he had a decent game, I think was it against Leeds. He's had a couple of games where, from what I've seen from Evertonians, they've not been impressed with him. So we are going to get a bit of a scouting report, hopefully, from an Everton fan who'll be able to give us the skinny on what's going on with Donny van der Beek. Also, Nottingham Forest beat Huddersfield in the FA Cup. James Garner with an assist. They're going to face the Scousers, Liverpool, in the quarterfinals. Now, James Garner is doing really well at Forest. He's doing that well. He probably won't ever want to come back to Old Trafford and come back to this shambles. But hopefully, he can help Forest beat the Scousers, because that would be amazing, wouldn't it? But yeah, he's doing well. Donny van der Beek, not so much. So there's a couple of United players out on loan. Bit of an update there with them. Get involved in the comments, get involved in the chat. Let us know what you think about those stories, anything else as well. Make sure you are subscribing to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 700,000 subscribers by the end of the season. And if you're not doing, check out Paddock merch at paddockmerch.com. I've been Jay. This has been the Paper Talk outside a pretty cold Old Trafford. Thanks for watching.